How goes it all? Welcome back to Patterson Properties. Hopefully you guys are having a great day. Today's subject, I'll basically be talking about something that's near and dear to me in regards to real estate, because Pennsylvania is an area that I've been investing in for a while now, and I continuously am looking forward to investing in, especially the next delinquent tax property auction coming up in Philadelphia. And I'm looking to check out the delinquent tax property auction process in Reading, Pennsylvania, Allentown, Pennsylvania, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I don't know about you all, but I'm an investor that likes to invest in not only the smaller markets, but the cheaper markets, in areas where it's normal for one to not have a mortgage, for one to pass down real estate from generation to generation. Other markets like the DMV area in Washington, D.C., Northern Virginia, Maryland, New York, Los Angeles, California, San Francisco, Miami, areas that are way more expensive to reside in. It's not as often for people to purchase an investment property and be able to pay it off as sooner as it would be when you're in smaller markets like not only Philadelphia, not only Pittsburgh, but Cleveland, Louisville, Detroit, areas like that, the smaller markets, even though Philadelphia is a way bigger market compared to Reading, Pennsylvania, and Harrisburg, et cetera, and so forth, But, now when it comes to purchasing real estate, I myself do not mind going the conventional route. I saw a great deal today within Reading, Pennsylvania, that I'm like, I'm ready to sink my teeth in it, if you know what I mean. When you look at real estate property that costs about $30,000 to $35,000, and it could be a turnkey property, it kind of opens perks your ears up. And even if you have a mortgage, your mortgage is not going to be no more than $320 a freaking month. That's less than a car payment nowadays for a new vehicle. Most new vehicles are at least $400 or $500. Well, not nowadays, because their inventory is stacking high and people aren't buying as many cars as they used to. But another story, another topic for another day. But, conventional meaning that you go to your bank, you get pre-approved for a specific amount, and your bank will tell you how much you actually qualify for, or you might not qualify at all, depending on your situation, your credit score, etc. Remember that banks aren't in the business to lend money to people that pose a big risk, because no matter what the circumstances are, when anyone or institution lend money to a person or company, that is a certain level of risk involved, and that's associated with that loan, period. No matter what, whether it's for a car, whether it's for a business, whether it's for a house, whatever, there's always a certain amount of risk, and they have to say, is that risk actually acceptable? Now, with all that being said, the banks want to ensure that they are not only get their money back, but they want to get interest back as well, because there's no point of lending money if you're not getting anything back. You might as well just hold on to it. That's the business with private money lenders. They charge even higher interest rates, but the best thing with the private money lenders is they could care less about your credit scores, unlike the banks. All they care about is the numbers. You're supposed to be able to pay this money back at a specific amount of time, from 6 months to a year, depending on which private money lender you're going to utilize. The numbers make sense. Is not only will they get their money back at a specific time period, however, will they get their money back with interest in that specific time period, So it just all varies when it comes down to private money lenders. Now, if you're like myself, as a real estate investor, you're not only looking for the best deals as possible, but you're looking for the best unconventional deals, whether they are wholesale deals or distressed properties. And my favorites, purchasing tax liens, where cities and counties throughout the United States hold tax liens, where people can purchase properties at tax lien auctions, and after a certain amount of time, if the property owner doesn't redeem, meaning pay their property taxes plus the 10 to 20% interest back to the person who paid their taxes off, then the property will be yours. It's a beautiful thing. And, depending on where you decide to invest at, the rules vary. Today, I'm just talking about Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, but the rules vary. People do it in Phoenix, Arizona. They do it in San Antonio, Texas. They do it in all counties and cities. And, they all have tax lien auctions on some level. But disclaimer, Alabama is considered the worst. I had nothing against Alabama as a state or as anything else, but they are the worst state in the country to try to do tax liens, because even if you purchase the taxes, the person has up to 2 to 3 years, to redeem. Me personally, it's like Philadelphia, it's a 9-month period. In Gary, Indiana, Lake Charles County, it's only 2-3 months. That's another place I want to look into. With a place like Phoenix, Arizona, it's a year. So a year for me is tops. I'm not waiting no 2-3 years just to get a return. That's like me investing on the stock market. I'm good. And I can do that at a way cheaper rate instead of paying thousands of dollars off. And then to me, it's like if somebody has 2-3 years, then that means you're giving them way more time to be able to redeem their property. So, you know what I mean? So if you're looking to not pay your taxes and have years to get away with not paying them, go to the state of Alabama. That's all I can say. Like I said, nothing bad about Alabama, but that's just crazy to me. But I guess they got the time, huh? But it's very interesting, and there's actually courses out there that teach different strategies on how to become a good tax lien holder. And a lot of people make a lot of money, and not even just being able to happen from a buy and hold standpoint, but even from a fix and flip, or just be able to just sell it as is. Because a lot of people, and that's another thing I'm interested in doing as well, is just getting the property in itself, pay a couple $1,000s. To me, as long as the place is inhabitable and whatnot, and it's like the house is missing a roof and there's something to that effect, I sell it as is. And if I paid $3,000 to $4,000 for a property and I can sell it for $15,000, I've made a profit. That's just my personal thing, you know what I mean? But anyways, I digress. I could talk about this all day. But that's, like I said, it's another strategy, just to buy and sell, or buy if the property is in decent shape. Hey, put a little love into it, hold it, rent it out, make a profit. That's my mindset, when it comes down to it. And obviously this is all easier said than done. There's always going to be some caveat and handle to it. You just got to figure out what works best for you at the end of the day. That's just my personal perspective on the issue, but hey, it's a beautiful thing, and with the right mindset, you can turn the situation into a very lucrative one for yourself. Now, when it comes to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania tax liens, it's a very interesting process, and there's a few reasons why I'm interested in pursuing this in the Philadelphia, Pennsylvania market. It's because of the brick and mortar homes where they basically were built to last. That's one thing I noticed in one of my old videos when I did a video in Reading, Pennsylvania. I love houses like that you see in like Alexandria, Virginia, Washington, D.C. You see in New York, you see in Baltimore, these brick and mortar row houses in a sense, but they were made to last, you know what I mean? Unlike the newer homes that are built today, and just the foundation is so solid. So when you put love into it, you can't really do too much modifications from the outside, but from the inside you can do a lot of great things and make it much more livable. And hey, to me it's just like it just depends on what you're looking for, what kind of investments you're trying to look for, etc. and so forth. That's just my personal opinion. But I love that's when it comes to investing in real estate, that's what I'm into, at least for now. Can't wait to graduate to the commercial market. And it's like it's all a process, as they say. But also another reason is, for the most part, all the delinquent tax properties that you purchase and obtain after 9 months, like I said, after the redemption period, the property is basically yours without a mortgage. And that's the thing that really caught my eye. It's yours without a mortgage. Most delinquent tax property auctions have the person who purchases the delinquent tax property, they actually, most times, 9 times out of 10, they're going to inherit the mortgage along with the property. I absolutely love the fact that, because anytime one can obtain a property without a mortgage is a beautiful thing, even though 9 times out of 10 you will definitely have to make major or moderate repairs of the property depending on the condition of the property. I mean, I listened to the actual Philadelphia, Pennsylvania Sheriff's Office, which is the organization that conducts the tax sale. So when you're looking this up, look for, when you type in Google, type in Philadelphia Tax Sale Sheriff's Office, and and make sure it's at the sheriff's office.gov, etc. and so forth, because you want to ensure that you're on the right website. They actually have a video that once you go to the website, they have a video that plays what to expect during the auction, before the auction, during the auction, and after the auction. So I give Philadelphia Sheriff's Office a lot of credit. They hit the nail on the head. It was about a 30-minute video. It was to the point. So nothing but love and respect, But when it comes down to, when the organization that actually conducts the tax lien sales, that, the more you pay for the lien. So the more you pay for the actual tax lien, the less work you have to do to the property. So say if you had to end up paying $8,000 to $10,000, from bidding, and it just depends. And that's the thing. You're actually bidding for the property, and you have to go to the actual auction to bid on the property. It's not online bidding, so you'll be bidding people. You know what I mean? But 9 times out of 10, The more you bid, the more you pay, the less work you have to do to the property. Obviously, the less you pay, the more work you have to do to the property. And that's for my buy and hold people, because a lot of times, because the crazy thing is, a lot of times, even if the property is distressed, there's always going to be an investor out there for the most part willing to spend some money and say, hey, I'll buy this. Here's what I'll make an offer. Boom. And they get to learn the city too. That's another thing. It's like, there's nothing wrong with being an out of town investor, because if your life is in a place where it's very expensive, but you love it, however, you are investing in cheaper markets. People do that all the time. People that live in other countries come to the U.S. and buy a property, and they're allowed to do that as long as they do it with cash money without getting a mortgage. So it's just like, people do it. It's nothing, It's a part of the game, as they say. Also, it's definitely in one's best interest to do your research. Don't just take what I'm saying. Just what you see out there on the internet. Do your own research and physically drive by, or have someone drive that that you can trust, drive by the property, to survey it without, within a legal distance. Obviously, you don't just go knocking on somebody's door that you don't know, say, hey, can I see your house? You'll get shot for something like that nowadays. And meaning, do not set foot on the property. Just take a glance. Take a couple pictures, take a little video from the outside, or have somebody do it, and make your assumptions from there, because it's it's going to be distressed either way. So that you're going in to the battle knowing that goes with before you place a bid on the property and after you win the tax lien as well. Another great thing that I like about Philadelphia tax liens is that they conduct the auctions every month. That's another thing. And not just once a year like most municipalities throughout the country. Most of the time it's once, if you're lucky, twice a year. With Philadelphia, it's every single month. So if you didn't get the bid one month, you can try it again next month, or you can let a couple months pass by and then try it again. So that's what I like about it. Obviously, with what's going on now with the COVID-19, that ceased and desist. However, but when they decide to open the city up, and I believe they're trying to do that in June of next month, basically, but the next auction won't be till actually July. So that's the beautiful thing. But if I don't get anything this go around, I'll do it next time. I'll have August. So that's my whole thing. It's like, I just want, my thing is just go to it and actually see the process. Even if you don't have any money in hand, go to it, see how it works. And then to me, it's like when you physically do something, that gives you the actual motivation to get it done. That's just my personal opinion. All right. So also, once you win the bid, you have to place 10 to 20% of a deposit down via money order or certified check to the Philadelphia Sheriff's Office by the end of the day of the auction. Then you will have 30 days to obtain the rest of the money. So that's the beautiful thing. You don't have to have all the money right then. If you know you're going to get the money later, as long as it's within that time period, hey, it works out for you, And you just make sure that you get them. Now, I don't know if they allow you to mail it to them, but me personally, I'd rather, especially if I'm new, I'd rather just hand it off and get my certificate, tax lien certificate. If you are a second bidder, and the first bidder cannot obtain the rest of the money that is due, then you as a second bidder have the opportunity to win the property by paying the remaining balance. It's just, to me, this sounds like a great thing, and I can't wait to physically, because when me and my partners go up to Philadelphia, we're actually going to do some filming outside, can't film inside, and just have a discussion and talk about how the process was, and go from there. But I'm excited about it at the end of the day. Because I like to physically do these things, and with COVID-19, haven't been able to physically do too much, and I can't actually wait to get out there, even if I have to have a face mask on, and start making moves and creating better content all at the same time. But that's just my personal opinion, but as a second bidder, you have a chance to win if the first bidder doesn't come up with the money, So one last thing is, like I said, if you win the tax lien during the 9-month period, it is recommended that you should contact the Leasing and Zoning Office of Philadelphia. This is recommended by the Sheriff's Office, but like I said, look into it, do your own homework. You want to do this stuff, though, it was recommended by them to ensure that the property is safe, so that if a brick or something falls off from the property, you would be held liable, even though you don't 100% own the property. So you definitely want to ensure that you make sure that the property is inspected and safe, to the city standards at least. That's just how I look at it. But hey, quote unquote, you are the owner at that time. All right. Now, there's more information regarding the Philadelphia Sheriff's Tax Lien auction, and I will leave the Sheriff's Office Tax Lien class video in the description on YouTube. Also, the minimum deposit for the tax auction is $1,500 all at the same time. So before I end this video off, remember to check out the Care Bars International family so we can keep currency in your circle. Basically, you buy gold, you hold it, you refer people, you have them do the same thing. You purchase various different packages and you do it, and you can make money off of their purchases of packages and their gold, etc. and so forth. And you get paid every week, and there's no monthly fee to be a member of the Care Bars International family. But the decision is ultimately up to you, and it's basically at the end of the day referral marketing without the monthly fee. I love it, and you can turn it into a side home-based business. And in today's economy and in today's society, home-based businesses are going to be the norm. Not going to be the I'll think about it anymore. But that's just my personal opinion. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe. That's free, and I would greatly appreciate it. And hopefully you have a great day. And hopefully I'll see you at the next Philadelphia tax lien auction. Take care.